Hey, girl. Hey.
Oh, thanks for joining us today, Bet. I appreciate that. Was that Bet or was that the other one? Was that Bet or
That
that was
was
your
not Bet. That was
uh
not Bet. That was me being Catherine Hepburn.
I mean, I couldn't tell. His Catherine Hepburn and his Bet were kind of similar.
Well, Catherine's got a little more of this, and this is Bet.
Well, when
Versus
it's when it started off,
versus
well, your Hey Girl,
versus
like your Hey Girl had Bet, and then when you got to the last Hey, it switched into Catherine.
Well, it's hard to go. Hey, that just hurts people's ears.
So we're sorry for this episode.
Not yet,
No, not
but
yet.
we will be.
Uh,
Oh God! So, Maim, what the hell's going on with you?
Not much today. I've been doing some cleaning up of my sewing room, trying to get I know, right?
Ooh.
Trying to I needed a pattern. And I have two different tubs of patterns, and the pattern that I needed was in the pattern in my closet that was covered in things. So I was like, oh, I have to clean. So that's what I've been doing most of the morning.
I mean, the thing is, you don't have to clean. You just have to take the stuff out and put it right back in.
But see, that's not how my brain works. My brain doesn't do that. I wish I could be one of those people, but my brain doesn't operate like that. My brain operates like, okay, so let me pull these things out. And now I'm going to organize these things before I put things back to either the same place or into a different location, because most of the time I've now created a new location for certain things to go into. This particular pile of stuff has been separated into four different areas
Mhm.
that they're going to be going into this evening.
And how does this work whenever you do makeup? Because I, from my personal experience, when I do makeup, there's just shit everywhere.
Okay, so I do have actually a similar problem, except
Uh
the good
huh.
part is that because we have this unfinished part of our house, I can kind of leave stuff, and then when it's time, like usually because I do the show on Thursdays, I don't usually feel up to it until Saturday or Sunday, and I'll go back in and then I'll put everything, like I have everything in like tubs that are labeled and
Hmm.
things like that to keep it all organized.
I can just hear you. Oh no, the workers are coming. I must hide my rouge.
So, okay, fun story. This really did happen.
Uh
Fun
huh.
story. So, I can't remember which thing they were working on the house. I can't remember what it was now. But, I do that TV show thing, like, the online TV show like
Yeah.
every month, right?
Is it
So,
still a TV show if it's online?
I don't know how you would call it.
Anyway, go on.
Streaming show, I guess you call it.
Okay.
So, one Thursday, I was really hoping they
One
would be gone. I was
Thursday.
really hoping. I was like, oh,
Uh huh.
the husband was like, "Oh, they should be gone before you even have to go to that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, great." Um, they were
Yeah.
not.
No.
So I had to go into the back room, get all dolled up, and just as I was like, literally, like, it was like the last minute. I was like, "Hey guys, how much longer are you gonna be?" But I am now in full drag. Um,
Uh huh.
One of the gentlemen, he didn't even seem phased. He didn't even seem like he didn't even the other two that didn't speak much English. They were both kind of like, what's happening right now?
Uh
But
huh.
the other one was like, I'm guessing he has probably lived in South Florida long enough. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm
Yeah.
used to this. I've worked enough Sundays at people's houses when they're getting ready for drag brunches. So yeah, so I didn't even care. I was just like, I don't have time. I don't have time to care right now. I need you guys to be done because I can't leave you here in the house without the other one being back. He's not supposed to be back for like 3 more hours. So you guys gotta
Mm, mm.
go.
I just leave workers in my house.
Okay.
I do. Like I'm
All
like,
of the benefits of living in North Carolina in nice parts.
what are they gonna steal?
I mean, I don't know.
Like your wigs?
I mean, on the black market, some of those wigs might go for a good amount of money. I don't know.
Oh
I don't know.
God, it's another William Shatner mug.
I told you there's an entire set of these cups. There's like 8 different mugs.
What are you drinking? Because I had a spoon in it.
I'm having coffee.
Oh, with
Still
the
drink.
spoon
I'm still drinking my coffee. I'm still doing it.
from this morning.
No, no, no. This is like my
Okay.
3rd cup. This
Okay.
is the
Okay.
yeah, no.
This
I'm
is
just
this is the boost of the boost. This is the.
well. This is no. We've downshifted into decaf now.
Oh,
So
I see. I see.
remember,
I
I
see.
drink coffee just because I like coffee.
Oh
So
yes.
so I have to switch gears every once in a while because otherwise I'll be up till tomorrow. So actually,
Girl, that's only 8 hours, 9 hours away. You're gonna be up till tomorrow anyway.
Brr. I don't want to work tomorrow. Is it bad? I've reached that point of the year. It's almost like a senioritis, like adultitis,
No,
where I'm just like,
I feel the same way. I just want to go be in front of one of those seasonal affective disorder
oh yeah,
lamps all
yeah,
day and
yeah.
just relax.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
I think this is maybe that I'm in my 40s now. I actually think I'm starting to get the seasonal affective disorder, because I have noticed this year specifically, I don't quite feel the same.
Can I just throw this out there? That's
Yeah.
really hard to get in Florida.
Well, I realize that, but this is the thing, right?
You
So
don't go outside.
I don't go outside. Right? I never go outside. I go outside. I go outside. So let's say this is not like a villain day. I go outside twice a day.
Oh.
Once to walk the corgi, and the second time is for their like nightly pee pee poopy. And technically, if we're thinking about the seasons, both of those events happen almost at dusk or it's dark.
Why don't you just work in the pool area?
I don't know. I don't want to do live calls from there because then it's going to
Just
look pretentious.
put some plants behind you. Nobody will know.
They always know. They notice everything.
Oh, I see you're out on the veranda today.
I don't know why there's something about you said it in such a weird, like hybrid carpetbaggery southern way. It was like, wait,
The veranda.
like there's like multiple inflections there that were a little bit weird.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
But yeah, how are you? What's been going on there?
Not much. Not much is new. I've been doom scrolling a lot now that Omicron's here.
Yes. Omicron. It's
Like-
gonna kill us all.
Or not.
Or not.
Like I being of science mind know that there's not enough data out there for anything. But I still pick up my phone and like while taking a poop because there's no better time to do it. Scroll
That's the best
through.
time to doom scroll.
Scroll through. I look. I like have some searches set, like Omicron Israel because all of the data comes off Israel. Omicron, like, and I just look and I read and none of it space any kind of science yet. So
See,
but
I
it's
do
there.
I do the same thing, but that's how I've been following the Wendy Williams saga. So in the same
Oh
same way.
no! Speaking of Wendy Williams, we have a Patreon.
We do have a Patreon.
If you go to patreon.com/baking sugar, you can throw us some money. Also, Maim, you don't know this, but I did something. Okay, you are going to ask me what it is. I'm just going to tell you.
I thought you were just gonna tell me. Right?
No, I was waiting for a, well, what is it, Mims?
Oh, okay. Well, what is it, man?
Too late. Settle down. I put a link in our bio. That you, dear listeners, you can just throw money at us. Like there's no Patreon.
Yeah,
You
just
can
throw money at us.
Just throw money at us.
If you like our show and you'd like it to keep on going without us going broke, that's just donate some money.
PayPal is lovingly calling it donating, which sure we will call it donating.
Yeah. For tax purposes.
Oh no! Don't say that because it is not a tax write-off for them. It is not tax. Dear listeners, it is not. It's not that kind of donation. We are not. We are not a nonprofit.
We're not a 501c3.
But we are not a profit either because we ain't.
We're just not. We're just not. But not by choice. We're just not making profit off of this. It's not by choice.
Okay, but let's leave that. We've got a Patreon. There's a PayPal thing.
Well, I guess we could convert this into a 501c3. Maybe we could call it like dedicated to perpetuating the Southern narrative through comedy and I don't know. I had a good thing going for a second there. I was trying to think of something.
No,
okay, I thought it was pretty nice.
You tried. Canada's Drag Race. Issue 1.
There's every week you're like,
So Mr. Mims and I were watching it. I was drunk, as you do.
As you do. Okay.
Well, we were watching at 11 o'clock on Friday.
Okay, that is drunk hour. Okay,
we had gone out for. I had gone out for dinner and beer, and while Mr. Mims was at a child's birthday party, then they came back to meet us. And he came back to meet us and some other friends, and we went out to a bar and had some more drinks.
Nice.
So several drinks later, we go home and watch Drag Race Canada.
I'm so happy you two can do this. I'm so glad. If I did this with Mr. Maim, there would be no like 11 o'clock watching something. It would be literally be like he's asleep. Like he'd just be asleep.
I mean, I basically was for this episode, but
but it was heartwarming.
It really was. Pythia was fantastic.
Yeah, I basically felt like this episode was like, cool, we're going to basically lay out the red carpet for Pythia to go right to that crown.
Yep. But as we were watching the lip sync, Mr. Mims said, so question for you, who do you think you should stay? And I was like, oh, let me tell you something. Who I think should stay and who they're going to keep are two completely different people. Because I see somebody hamming it up, and they're not the one who's giving the good lip sync. So, and guess who was right? Guess who was right? It was me. It was me. It was me. Isis should have gone home.
I mean, I think so too. But I will say though, even though, yes, Isis should have gone home, I do still think, though, that Isis gave, at least lip sync aside, the more entertaining performance.
I don't think so.
Oh, I didn't think Adriana was that entertaining this time.
Okay. Picture it. Legends. Okay?
Not going in a good direction already, but okay.
You're in the drag room, as Jesus. You do.
Here we go.
Okay. Adriana is on stage doing that.
Yes.
You're going to give her $10, right?
I have never given a drag queen $10 in my life. Well, I have when they've done a GoFundMe for other things,
there you go. You're going to give her $2. How's that? You're going to give her $2.
Okay, $2 sounds more.
Isis is coming on stage doing that weird lip thing and going back and forth like this.
Yeah.
You're not going to give her anything. You're going to go, this is bad.
You're right. Actually, in a live setting, it did look better on TV than it would have in like a real setting. You're right.
Yeah.
They did kind of edit it also.
And her lip sync was watermelon juice.
but by the way, who knew about this French Canadian pop star covering RuPaul songs, for goodness sake? Like,
I know, right?
I never even heard of her until the thing. Now I've like made like a playlist on Spotify. I'm obsessed.
Well, good for you.
I hate you so much sometimes. So much. I can't.
But do you know what that reminds me of now that you said French? Do you remember the episode of Buttons and Mindy in France?
Oh, wait, yes.
Where all the nuns come out and like run over Buttons, and then Madeline just comes at the end. That image still every once in a while comes to my head and I giggle. Dear listeners, that's from the Lord's year of 1996, maybe?
So long
95?
ago. So long ago.
So we're so old.
We're so
We're
old.
so old.
So
We're so
old.
old. Speaking of things that are old, this episode
is old and dated.
of designing women. You ready to get into it?
I'm super excited. I love corny episodes like this. You know that.
This is season 2, episode 8, Cruising. Dear listeners, before we continue,
we just got started. What are you doing?
I need to explain to our dear listeners what cruising means to a gay man.
I mean, just make them go watch the Al Pacino movie. They'll get it.
Which one?
Cruising?
Oh, I thought you were talking about that one where Insomnia. That's the one with him and Robin Williams, and
yes, I'm familiar with it.
It's not a good movie.
I saw that in the theater.
I did too. It was so long.
I actually liked it.
You would.
I love stuff like that.
So, also, I need to clarify something before we continue on with this episode or get started with it, whatever. So, Mr. Mims and I were talking about Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal.
Why?
And, well, because somebody was on stage and I was like, no, we were talking about Martin Short.
Oh, no, not you.
Because it was somebody, Martin Short was in a movie and he's like, yeah, it's your least favorite comedian. And I was like, Martin Short? He's like, yes, that's the one. And I was like, Martin Short, Billy Crystal's as bad as Martin Short. He's like, wait. There's a difference. Martin Short wants you to like him. Billy Crystal doesn't care. And that makes Billy Crystal a better comedian. I was like, you are absolutely right.
Yeah, Billy Crystal doesn't care. If you really go back through his kind of lexicon of movies, he doesn't always really play even likable characters sometimes. They're not evil villains, but he's not that likable.
And in his stand-up, he may give you a 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
But he doesn't care. He's giving you a 4. Martin Short will give you a 5 and want you to think it's a 10. Also, there's that whole fat-phobic and homophobic Jim Glick, but we won't get into that. Let's get in this episode.
Give me a C, a bouncy C.
God.
Every time. I know. I hate it.
So bad.
I hate it. I love it. But every time he says it, I start laughing.
It's so bad.
His SCTV stuff, I can't help it. I just find it so
No, it was bad too. He was the worst part of it.
I'm not trying to contradict you. I'm just saying, I personally, he just always makes me laugh. That's all.
What's the name of the dude with the thing?
Ed.
Yeah.
Ed something or other. I can't remember it now.
God.
Remember he had his own cartoon show for a while? Ed Grimley.
All right, dear listeners, reset. This is season 2, episode 8, Cruising.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that's Marjorie. Just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
So we're at Sugarbakers. And we find that Mary Jo and Julia went to an inner city high school. Anthony's old inner city high school that, even though he was from Louisiana.
Yeah, that made no sense. But, whatever.
So they went there for career day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Suzanne says a little racist thing about, I don't know why these bad neighborhoods, why don't they just move to better ones? Ha 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 ha.
And my goodness, they could have. I mean, Miss Linda Bloodworth Thompson, she could have used that as a moment for Charlene to pipe up and say something about what she just said. But no, Charlene just says, yeah.
So Mary Jo and Julia show up.
Yeah.
Things went well. Except for some, and I quote, hoods.
Yes.
Got
hoods.
after Julia. To which Suzanne says, well, they always do because of that sachet in her walk.
Oh, so much problematic stuff at the beginning of this episode.
And then I have written right here. Can you see it? It's
yes.
right here. It says, it's a racism.
So much problematic stuff at the beginning of this. So
Julia even says what the hoods said to her. I didn't write that down because
I knew I was like, I should write it down this time. For some reason, I thought you were not going to write it down.
No, it was too racist. It was too much. I couldn't.
Here's this obviously as a person of color.
Are you?
I mean, I'm some colors. I'm not all of them, but I'm a lot of them.
Are you this one?
A little bit.
What about this one?
Irish. No, I don't think we're Irish.
This
I think we're
one?
Scots. Oh wait, no, actually no, we are Scots-Irish on my dad's side. Yes. I mean, all of the racist colors that you're showing out right now.
I did not even really think that they were racist. I was just joking around, but looking back, yes, they were all racist colors.
Can we just pause for a second to realize that there is a song called "Jesus Loves the Little Children, All the Children of the World, Red and Yellow, Black and White, they are precious in His sight," and.
There's a German song.
I hope there's lots of German songs.
Well, there are, but there's a German kid song about the different colors, and then are all my clothes because my love is a, and then one of them is red, red, red are all my clothes because my love is an Indian. Yeah. There's that.
Heart's in the right place, but not
really. No.
So anyway, so I found it. So to me, here's a couple of things that are observational, right? Number one, if a person ever says the word hood to me, I assume something, criminal, even not necessarily a racial connotation, but unfortunately, being that we are America, we knew exactly what she was talking about, to the point that when they said they had an issue at first, I thought they meant an actual issue, not just some black dudes were catcalling to Julia.
Wait, you don't take the racist connotation to hood immediately?
No, not immediately, right? Like not
really.
No, not under the context of this, right?
Really?
Because they said there was an incident. So in my head, I thought, oh, okay, like an actual incident. So when she said hood at first, I was like, oh, because I forgot about this part. I was like, oh, wait, like what happened? And then when she did that, I was like, oh no, she just means a traditional racist version of the word. At first when she said it, because she said incident first. And so I was like, wait, did something happen? I don't remember this happening in the episode, something bad happening. And then when she said it, I was like, oh no, it was just
I gotcha. Well, a travel agent has invited them to remodel the Brenner Single Cruises flagship.
Yes.
We find out Suzanne hates single cruises.
Which was it weird? Did we have the understanding that she'd been on one before, or just the actual understanding of them is what she hated?
So she later says she's been on cruises before. I don't think she's been on singles cruise, but she later says she's been on cruises before.
Okay, so that makes sense. I missed that line.
But like, I feel like Suzanne hates all single stuff, so that's probably where that comes from.
Well,
right?
the men, they beat down her door trying to get to her.
Just beat it down. Just beat it.
Beat that door down.
Just beat that door down. And like Suzanne's like, I hate it when men wear toupees and are wearing polyester. And Charlene chimes in with
Rightfully
something
so.
near and dear to my heart.
Rightfully so.
She's sick and tired of people who put down polyester because it doesn't wrinkle, it travels well, and it's time that the truth was told.
I agreed with her. I was like, I mean nowadays though, I guess we don't really do like pure polyester anymore so much. Everything's more like a polycotton blend so that it doesn't wrinkle.
Speaking of polycotton blends, this is not sponsored, dear listeners. This is not sponsored. I am a lady of size. And did you like that? Did you like that? And as a lady of a certain girth, it's sometimes hard for me to find t-shirts that fit quite correctly. So I, being a near millennial large woman, decided to purchase some t-shirts from both Fresh Clean Tees and True Classic Tees, okay? Just plain t-shirts. I like a black V-neck. That's me, because it draws the eye to the middle.
Showing off that taco meat.
You right. So, so I will say, as a girthy individual, I highly suggest Fresh Clean Tees. They fit right. They feel very comfortable. This is not sponsored, but I just thought since we're talking about poly blends, this is a good way to interject. However, Fresh Clean Tees, if you want to throw some money my way, we'll let you sponsor us.
Make sure to tag them when you post about this podcast that they
I
actually.
will.
I wonder if there's any drag kings named Girthy Brooks.
That's a great name, Girthy Brooks. Coming to the stage, Girthy Brooks.
I could totally see him performing in Hickory, couldn't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, do you remember what the creek beside of our high school was called?
No.
You don't remember this? I don't. Free Nancy Branch, because there was a slave named Nancy that was freed there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I got.
I
Do you remember our alma mater?
Honey, I tried to block all his out.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? It's not copywritten, y'all. Ahem. Ahem. Hail to thee, O Statesville High, alma mater till we die. I'm not done. Hail to every grad and friend. We salute you till the end. Students with their head held high will something always nigh. Damn it, I lost it.
You just triggered way too many memories just now, like so many. Dear listeners, for those who don't know, I was in the choir there, so we sang it a lot, and I thought I had repressed all of that. I haven't.
Midnight, not a sound from the pavement.
Copyright.
Oh!
Copyright.
Speaking of that, not that, but that, did you hear who's in the revival of Company on Broadway right now?
Right now?
Right now.
No, who?
Patti LuPone.
What?
Yeah.
I bet it's impossible to get.
Oh,
tickets.
it is. I have a friend who works for the like one of the unions, and I was like, "Can you get tickets?" She's like, "Nah, girl."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Actually,
speaking of
I got physically
entertainment,
laughed at. Physically laughed at.
Makes sense. I mean, you get that a lot, but
Yeah. Well, now we're on the cruise.
Yeah. Speaking of entertaining people,
and Suzanne is there, but there's not enough room for her clothes in the room.
No, in this giant room that's bigger than most cruise rooms.
And then Claude walks in all of her glory.
Claude. Hey, girl.
Claude.
Hey.
We'll get to Claude a little bit more later.
Yes.
But Claude is just a witty gentleman.
Very witty. So witty.
Who's playing against all the ladies. He's like, oh, one-liner. Johnny Carson, eat your heart out.
He seems so natural at this.
He does.
To just be a steward on a boat.
Yeah, and then so the whistle blows for the everybody depart. Anthony wishes them a bon voyage.
Mm-hmm.
The porthole falls down and breaks.
Yes.
And he then says, and may God be with you. Takes a sip and gets the hell off the boat.
Yes.
Now, I've got a question.
Yes.
Why wasn't Anthony on this cruise?
Because he's not a decorator.
And?
The whole purpose was for them to be the decorators to go on the cruise to help that.
I mean, couldn't they just like have thrown him a, hey, special bonus, Anthony, come on.
Plus, somebody has to watch the store, just like when what's his name was in the hospital.
That's true.
Anthony had to be
look
like,
at you making excuses for there being no black people on this boat.
I mean, let's be honest. Are there a lot of black people that would want to be on that boat?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, there's not.
I don't
There you
know.
go. You saw the passengers. No, there's not.
So now we're at dinner.
Yes. Oh my God, Terry.
And Suzanne is being a Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
Womp womp. She's like,
She's
I
being
hate this.
extra negative in this one.
And she's very upset because the steward lost 2 of her wigs.
I'd be upset too.
I would too.
I mean, 2 of us especially. Wigs are not cheap.
No, they are not.
Nice wigs are not cheap.
I don't have any real nice wigs. I have nice enough wigs, and those things are cheap. Are not cheap either.
No,
I mean, they are teased to the gods.
not the gods.
The gods.
And don't talk about a double stack. Oh Lord,
I can't. Girl, I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't. A double stack's too hot. That double stack will end up looking like a half a stack by the end. I'll be sweating so much. Like I have to be in such air conditioned weather to wear that much hair. It is.
oh my gosh.
My favorite wig was I had a drag queen that I knew that took one of the like Party City black and white wigs.
Okay.
And then turned it to Liberty spikes all over.
Oh, nice.
It was so comfortable. Like it breathed because it was that really cheap stocking material up underneath. Like it was so great. I missed that wig. Got stolen.
Of course. I was gonna say what happened. Before I even said what happened to it, I was like, I already know what happened to it.
So Mary Jo and Suzanne decide to have a bet. Who can get the most looking guy,
Yeah.
the best looking guy before the
captain's dinner.
Yes.
Yeah, Mary Jo right now is feeling extra emboldened off of her Mai Tais.
Mm-hmm.
Always watch it. Those Mai Tais will ruin you.
She puts forward Ted's pinky ring. It's opal.
Why does she have that still?
And because the only thing she wanted from the divorce, that's a callback to season 1.
I know, but it's just still like it's so problematic.
And Suzanne puts forth this Phillips diamond bracelet. It's beautiful.
It is nice. It's nice even for the 80s.
That's a lot of cubic zirconia.
Not some cubic zirconia.
So now some comic relief shows up. We meet Jana and Terry.
Yes.
Jana is Jhana. She added the H herself. And Terry...
I love lines like that. I love stuff like that so much.
And Terry reminds me so much of Katya. Like, just seeing her and her facial... This isn't good, Terry. This isn't good.
Oh, man, they were great.
So they sit down at the table. There's no men at this table yet.
Nope. Which is a problem. That's a problem.
It's a problem. It's not good. It's not good, Jana. It's not good.
But she said it like that. It's like, oh my gosh.
And so Jana then looks over at Suzanne's makeup and is really amazed by all the little lashes on the bottom being completely separated and not clumpy.
That means she uses quality mascara.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And we find out later, it just confirms what we just said, that they use very cheap makeup.
It's
We
true.
get that. Thank you, Charlene, for confirming that.
So, Claude enters again, dressed as Joan Crawford. Why did I write Collins? Joan Crawford.
It's Joan Collins.
It's
Joan Collins.
It's Joan Collins. Okay, God.
This was Dynasty time.
Oh my God, I thought it was Joan Crawford.
No, this is Joan Collins.
It's Joan
Collins.
Collins. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's wearing Suzanne's wig.
Even though he swears he's not.
I know. So this is Charles Pierce. He is a renowned female impersonator. He preferred to be called an actor.
Yep.
He did a lot of, well, actually, he went by male actress. Like Betty Davis, Joan Crawford, Joan Collins, Mae West. He did them all.
Like, he was the drag person of like the 70s and 80s.
Yes.
So this was kind of a big deal. That's why if anybody is actually watching this episode, that's why they actually give him like a little bit of time to do his thing, because it actually was a big deal to get him.
Yes, like he goes on stage and does his spiel. Everybody's laughing. Julia's holding her hand over her mouth, giggling.
Mary Jo's guffawing.
And Suzanne's just politely nodding and next page. We find out that Suzanne had that hair specially grown for her.
Yes.
That's why she's so upset. So upset.
Oh man, I did appreciate the one line where Claude calls himself out, and he was like, "I heard Joan Collins was on this boat. She's got to get off. One bitch on this boat is enough." And like Julia, like anybody that actually watches this episode, go back and just watch Julia's reaction. That is the funniest she's ever like.
Yes.
If that was I believe that was a real reaction.
I think so. They probably let him do a full set, like for the actors, and then he was just like, because I'm sure Linda wanted to watch it, right?
Well, so I did like some, obviously, because we're just two big gay nerds. I did some research too, and apparently, like, he was one of the first people, like comics, to have like a stand-up comedy kind of special broadcast on some kind of cable network, because they broadcast it on the Playboy channel back when that was a thing.
Okay, then look.
I know. I was like, wow, that's wild. Like, I mean, obviously we know that drag's been around forever, but like we've never heard about a person, I remember him just barely as a kid, like sometimes being on talk shows, but like I didn't know that he was like this.
No, me either. And like the first real drag queen other than RuPaul that I can really remember is Dame Edna. Like that is the Barry Humphries. Everyone look him up. He's hilarious.
And technically, although they weren't technically a drag queen, but they kind of were a drag queen, Madam.
Yes, I get. You could definitely count Madam too. Madam,
I mean, technically.
Dear
and
listeners,
apparently, I would love to find the episode, but apparently, Claude was on an episode
of what, Madam?
Of Madam's Place. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I'm gonna be trying to find that.
Oh my God. Maim.
Yes.
If we could find that full series, we could do another quick podcast on that one.
Ooh, Madam's Place. Oh.
Yeah. Dear listeners, Madam's Place is all based around a puppet named Madam who looks like Phil Stiller.
Let's be very honest here. Madam was the character that launched 1,000 Gen X gays. Honestly.
That's true. You say that. I don't know how many actually remember Madam.
Oh, the thing is, right? People our age and a little bit older, it's almost like that the meme about Shazam with Sinbad.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. People, if you bring it up, people are like, that sounds familiar, but
Uh-huh.
like that couldn't have really happened back.
Yeah,
Because
it
that's the
did.
thing. It's like we have such a weird like block about what life was like back then.
Uh-huh.
That like if you said that there was a puppet that was an old woman who was voiced by a gay man who was so popular that
Uh-huh.
she was on multiple talk shows, she was the center
Yes.
square on Hollywood Squares.
Yes.
People now look back, they're like, no.
Yep.
But then you'll show them a picture and you're like, oh my gosh, I totally remember this person.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Then there were people like me and you who were just like, nom, 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 like,
Yeah.
just give me.
that. I follow her on Instagram. Like,
Me
what?
too. Me too.
Madam,
I mean,
if you're listening.
She's got a new hand up her butt, but I love her still.
Of course. All right. So now it's after dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And Mary Jo is being very rude to somebody. She's like, "Hey, I've got a bet with that woman over there. Do you have a better looking friend?"
Howard.
Poor
Poor Howard.
God. And then we pan over to Julia, and Mel is trying to get with Julia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mel is he is quite the lounge lizard.
He is. I did not. So my take on Mel is, I didn't get an uh-oh feeling from him, right? Like, typically that kind of person you would go like, ugh.
Yeah.
He just seemed like a dude. Like,
He just seemed like a guy that was, he just seemed like a lonely guy on a
Yeah.
singles cruise.
yeah.
But here's the one thing about Mel that I thought was really interesting
Mhm.
is he has that weird monologue where he's like standing up for himself.
Yeah.
Like,
We aren't
I was
there
like,
yet.
I
We
was
aren't
like,
there yet.
okay. No, I'm
Aren't
just
there
saying,
yet.
like that's for me, like still to this that resonated almost more than any other part
Yeah.
of this episode was his like moment that they let him have.
Yeah. So Mary Jo pulls Julia aside. It's like, I think we're in big trouble because Suzanne's talking to the hottest guy on the boat. And Julia's like, I didn't do this. I never made this bet. What are you talking about? And this is where Mel has his moment. He's like, yeah, I have a tan. Yeah, I wear too much jewelry. Yeah, I go to the gym. Whatever. I like it. They can't take it away from me. I'm living my life and it's great. You there? Oh, and he's wearing a toupee, which
Yes.
Charlene like walks over and gets a one-liner. That's a really good toupee. I didn't even notice.
It's really funny. I was thinking about so as you know, I've been kind of on this like old TV kick. So me and the husband have been rewatching Perry Mason,
Uh-huh.
and I especially thought this was really funny because there was an entire episode about a toupee,
Uh-huh.
and that was
Okay.
essentially the giveaway for the murderer. The reason why I got distracted for a second is because I had this weird moment where I was, the person that did Madam, right? Not to go back to Madam, but
Yeah.
the person that did Madam, I was like, he had such an unusual name, right? Because his name was Wayland, and Wayland Flowers.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do I know that name? And I looked it up, and just to confirm, this is really cool. Wayland Smithers is named for Wayland Flowers.
That's exciting.
Mr. Burns' secretary.
Yes, I
Mr.
know what
Smithers.
you're talking about. That's not as exciting as you think it is.
No, that's quite interesting because if you think about it, like the clue was there the whole time from day one.
Okay.
Oh my god. I think it's nice that they honored the memory of somebody like that personally.
He was still alive when they started it.
Yeah, he died really soon after that show got started.
Okay. Well,
Like Wayland Flowers died in 1988. Simpson
Okay.
started in 1989.
okay. I did not know that. Wait, it was only 89? God, it feels
Yeah.
like it's been on longer. Um,
Honey, 89 was 30 something years ago.
I know. Dear listeners, I should apologize to all of you and not to quote unquote yuck your yum. I am not a Simpsons fan. I think it had like one or two good episodes.
Yeah, he's not. He
And
does not
the
like
rest
Simpsons.
is just meh.
Well, from my part, I think that was a lovely gesture, personally.
Marge versus the monorail, brilliant. Like that is a brilliant episode of television.
Oh.
Am I wrong?
No, I love the monorail episode.
Okay.
I mean, I literally have like a Simpsons inspired poster like
I
off
know
to
you
the left
do.
to me.
I know you
Yeah.
do. You used to have Bart and Garfield drawn on your jeans.
Yep.
I remember that.
I still have those jeans. I don't fit them anymore, but I still have them.
Have you cut them off and turned them into little booty shorts?
Boo boo, it's not the length of the shorts that don't fit. I wore them things in middle school. What you talking about?
I thought they last till high school.
Well, they did last till high school because I had a middle school body in high school.
I feel like there's a joke there, but I'm going to let it go.
Girl, I was petite for a long time.
I was petite. She is a lady of small ankles, and I am a lady of girth, dear listeners.
That should be the new Soul Train Lady of Girth Awards. Instead of Lady of Soul Awards, they should do Lady of Girth Awards.
Oh, look, the Lady of Girth.
Honoring your big ladies of soul. Hosted by Monique. Oh wait, she's not big anymore, so she can't host anymore. She lost all that weight.
So now we're back in the room. Okay.
Yes.
And Suzanne hasn't shown up. She's still out with that guy with the 80s hair.
Well,
and
terrible blonde 80s hair. Ugh.
We find out Mary Jo did find herself a man. It was Howard. He had a nosebleed. They ask what Julia's doing. She said praying.
Yes.
That she's thankful that she didn't have a mother who wore what was a leopard headband, something.
No, they're making fun of what's her
Jana.
name. Yeah.
Jana. And like Charlie's like, she's nice.
She did seem nice to me.
Yeah, she seemed nice to me too.
I mean, both of them actually seemed friendly. I mean,
I would have loved. I would have rather hung out with them than.
No, we would have been with Terry all night. Like we'd have been
Actually,
like, Terry, where are you going next, girl?
What do we talk about? We would have been with Claude. Nah, probably not. We probably couldn't handle that.
Claude wouldn't have hung out with us. Let's be real here. Jana and Terry would have hung out with us.
That's true.
Claude wouldn't hang out with us.
That's true. That's true. Hell, Mel may have hung out with us too. Hey, y'all seem like some fun kids. I ain't getting any pee this tonight. Let's get some beers.
Let's get some beers.
Let's get some beers, some light beers. Some light.
You guys like those, right? The light beers, the diet ones.
Beer.
Yeah.
Or do you want a Mai Tai? It's fruity.
Yeah. I would have loved a Mai Tai actually.
So everybody's getting ready to go sleep now.
Yep.
And Mary Jo starts flailing around because the dresses, Suzanne's hung her dresses behind her, and she just can't. Like they're taking up room on the bed, and Mary Jo's like, how inconsiderate of Suzanne, because she just assumes that I'm small and insignificant, and that it won't bother me if these dresses are here. To which Julia rightly says, just move the fuckers. Like,
I mean, it's funny because once again, let's be very clear about this. They are not in a tiny room.
No, they aren't.
Like at all. And they're on bunk beds, which conveniently enough, you could have hung it off the other side of the bed.
Yes. God. And so then she decides to pull off one of them, and she sees the breastplates, and she's like, it feels like these are the corrals for her breasts, and I'm just here guarding them while they're going out on a run. And I was like, God almighty.
God bless the bra cups. God bless them.
So it's the next morning.
Yes.
And Suzanne was dancing.
Yeah. We're in a weird situation in the morning.
I know. Suzanne was dancing under the stars with Trevor.
Of course he's named Trevor.
Suzanne is in love, and Julia thinks it's a stupid name.
It is. I mean, thankfully we have Trevor Noah now that at least has like redeemed the name somewhat. So,
and like Suzanne's like, it's like a male version of me. He takes an hour to do his hair, just like Ted. Mary Jo chimes in. Yeah. But it's a male version of me. What's there not to love?
Oh,
have you found a male version of you yet?
No, I haven't. I mean, I get what you're trying to do there, but let's be honest, I haven't.
God, a butch version of you would just be your brother.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, I guess yeah. I mean, it's really funny, right? So now what you just said actually is really interesting because when they just said that, just to contrast, my brother,
Uh-huh.
my heterosexual brother, he actually is the most like groomy and
Hmm.
like taking care of how he looks. All it like that's actually him.
Yeah.
The other two of us, the two gays in the family, we're both like whatever. Where's a t-shirt? I gotta go.
So
Like we don't.
it's true. So speaking of butch things,
Yes.
I realized
Ooh.
something the other day. I had an epiphany,
Ooh, a butch epiphany.
a butch epiphany.
Ooh.
Not that kind of
Oh, okay.
epiphany.
Go ahead.
That's
All right. Okay. Cool. Go ahead.
that's not an epiphany. That just
Awesome. All right.
happens.
Alrighty. Go ahead.
So I think that I would have played sports or sport. I'm not going to say nothing like football or anything. Don't get too excited.
So like
If
badminton.
running, soccer, something like that, you know.
Okay.
I never would have played football. It's too violent. I always had an
Okay.
aversion to it and always thought I would
Okay.
hit my head too much and be stupid, which funny. That's what we found happens. Um, so if when I was young, wearing tennis shoes did not cause me so much pain from being flat footed, it took like a
Oh.
month to wear them in.
Wow.
So much pain. And the thought of putting on cleats, just
Cle-
like,
Cleats are uncomfortable even under good
yeah.
circumstances.
Imagine if you had completely flat feet in them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's
there you go. So
crazy.
I could have been butch. Maybe I would have been straight.
Oh. Dang, those flat feet making you gay.
Damn my gay flat feet.
And she slipped him into some heels.
Look, girl, that
Some pain you're willing to take, some pain you're
I,
not.
I'm in my 40s now. That's fine. I know to expect the pain, and I know how to work through it. Which is you throw the heels at people, and by the end of the night, you're just in your hose.
Oh, so the Patti LaBelle effect.
Yes, girl. Yes. Uh, so we're at breakfast now,
Yes. It's
and
a very,
Trevor is
very
flirting with Mary Jo.
flirting hard too. Like
And Mary
hard,
Jo's
hard.
like, but what about Suzanne? What about Suzanne? Trevor then says, I'd rather kiss your neck. And Mary Jo's like, no, sir, nobody kisses my neck before breakfast. And then she goes into a tirade about how great Suzanne is. And
I like that you called it a tirade, and I just wrote down in my notes, Mary Jo is having a Julia moment.
well, she calls Suzanne the Rolls Royce of women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have this moment where you're not fighting and
Yeah.
you're you really actually love each other, even
Yeah.
though
Yeah.
you made us think that you really kind of hated each other. It's nice.
Suzanne comes downstairs. Mary Jo darts out and she asks Claude what's happened. And he's like, girl, let me tell you, this is
Honey.
the tea. This is
Honey.
the tea. Blah, 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 blah. And she loves you. And she's in love with you. Oh.
Which has a very strange reaction from Suzanne. Like it's very weird. Like that doesn't sound right.
Oh, it's like, I took it as, well, that doesn't sound right. But of course she is.
Yeah, of course everyone loves her. Everyone.
So now they're packing to get ready to go, and like they're like, "Are you not even talk Suzanne? Are you not even going to say tell Trevor goodbye?" And she's like, "You can only go so shallow, then you hit bottom."
It's very true.
Those are words to live by, girl.
It's very
words
true.
to live by.
That's-
I moved my camera up here so I know it looks like I'm looking down, but it's actually that the camera's above me, so it's right here now.
It's very true, though, what she said. I mean, at the same time, isn't that probably the revelation that all of her ex-husbands had as well?
It's true. It's true. So Suzanne just gives Mary Jo the bracelet, and then they hug. Are your headphones MPAL? I think they
I
are.
don't know, maybe.
Yeah, well, I saw it. You could keep them on. Funny story about those before we get into closing this thing out.
Yes.
They've been banned from Amazon.
Why?
A payola scandal. Apparently, they gave them to a lot of people for free to give them good reviews.
Aww.
Yeah, they're actually.
Well,
I have this. This is Empower, and I like it.
I like my. I mean,
I
I like my cheap headphones. Personally, the couple of pairs I have, I actually really think they're great.
So, girl, did you like this episode?
In theory, yes, I did.
Just in theory, not in actuality.
It's really weird, right? It's like it has all the elements of something that you know me, right? All the elements are there, but for some reason, I don't know. I guess it's because it had such a strange structure and plot to it.
It was clunky.
There was like, yeah, that's it. It was just like very clunky, and it was just like it was just weird. It's like I like so many elements of it, so I'm kind of like in a 50-50. I'll say if I absolutely hate it, but I'm like on a 50-50 there because like it did have so many things that I liked in it, but it just came together in like a weird way. Like I kind of wish they had just kind of picked, like, to me, I think would have been fun is, what if Terry and Jana, and they like that they focus more on them with them on the cruise. That would have been hilarious to me because they're funnier than all of those men that they
I thought it was good. I thought it was a very good Annie Potts episode.
Yes, it was.
As Mr. Mims put it, it was a very good episode for Annie Potts and Suzanne's fashion.
Oh yeah, although she's not my Miss Georgia World, but
okay, let's get to that. Maim, did you find yourself a Miss Georgia World?
You're gonna be mad at me.
Did you pick Claude?
In the Joan Collins dress. I love that dress so much.
Okay.
But you know how I feel about Dynasty. You know already. And it was so spot on that I was just like, oh, I love it so much.
I have a tie for Miss Georgia World.
Okay.
And neither one of them are Claude. They are both Suzanne. It's the one at the beginning when she gets on the cruise, that black and white number.
Yes.
And then the red number when she comes down the stairs.
The red number is like my number 2.
But both of them have hats, and both of them look so cute. Like they're so good. They're just my number 2. So good.
I just, you know me, I've always been obsessed with Dynasty fashion, and so it was so spot on. Just like I wanted to. I'm probably going to. I was just going to freeze frame it so I could just go make it for myself because I was like, yes, because I have all those Dynasty patterns that I got online.
I know.
Dear listeners, if any of you are vintage pattern nerds, in the 80s, Dynasty was not only a TV show, but they had their own line of sewing patterns.
And Maim has had to take them and broaden them out.
So broad. I mean, if I could have a latendectomy and just take off half of my back size, I would be so happy in drag.
So, dear listeners, you need to call the Cricket Company and tell them to make it to where you can make full patterns out of it, and like in their like software, expand the patterns out.
Ooh, could you imagine?
Yes, exactly.
Jeez, if you could do pattern grading automatically with something like that, that would be, that would literally, I mean, I hate using this term. It would literally be revolutionary because
they make things they do that for.
I know, but not automatically and print them out.
I mean, they do. Like, it's just they're industrial.
I'm talking about for the home sewer.
Oh, for the homes. Yes, I know. It's called you take it up by 400% and then print it.
No, that's not how it works. That's fine.
It kind of is.
That's not how it works. It's not how pattern grading works. That would take too long to explain to you. That's not how it works, but that's fine.
I know it's not. There's some math involved because you go up in certain places, but you don't go up in the others. I know.
Do you know how difficult? Like for me especially, like you remember, I hate math. I'm not terrible at math, but I hate math. And so when I learned about pattern grading and actually dove into it, I got so frustrated because I was like, man, I did not want to be doing this at this point in my life.
So, man, why don't you tell them where they can find you?
Sure. You can find me online on Instagram at auntie.maim.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's MAIM.
Mm.
You'll also find me on Facebook because I'm old at I'm Your Auntie Maim, one word. You can find me performing weekends, not every weekend, but weekends at Villain Theater. That's villaintheater.com, like heroes and villains. And on Thursday nights, if you are down in Miami, you can come to Miami Beach to this great little bar called Kill Your Idol, where I host amazing colossal karaoke every Thursday night at 10 o'clock. And what about you, Mims?
I'm the Divine Miss Mims, everyone. You can find me on Twitter at Divine Miss Mims. You can find this podcast on Twitter at Baking Sugar Pod. You can find us on Patreon at Baking Sugar. Thank you.
You're channeling that Eleanor energy from the other podcast. I'm Eleanor. Okay, take it down.
Dear listeners, we also have another podcast. It's called You Slay Me. And it's a Murder She Wrote podcast. You come join us over there too. Like,
yeah, we have some fun. We get extra silly on that one because
we do their voices that I do.
We record it at a different time of the week when we're a little bit more punch drunk.
Yeah. So this is our serious podcast, dear listeners.
Yes,
this is our serious podcast. All right, Maim, we have been talking for an hour, and you've got a party to go to. Tell everybody good night, Maim.
Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.